Hi there, my name is Steph and I'm the founder of Bonnet. Today I'm going to be taking you through a relatively short demo of the web portal. If you want a more in-depth walkthrough of the web portal, there is a 19-minute version of this, but essentially we're just going to keep this short, sharp and sweet. So essentially, this is Bonnet, what you're looking at. So what makes Bonnet unique is that we're a compliance-first platform with live integration with the NZTA. We started off as an app for consumers and quickly got told to build this on the web because everyone was using spreadsheets to build what we had built on the phone. So long and behold, the web portal, which is what you're looking at, was born. And we now have had 75,000 cars added to it. So you're in good company. Essentially what you're looking at right now is what we call the traffic light. So all of the vehicles have WOF, Rego, road user charge. Those are obviously live integrations with the NZTA, and then there's things like warranty, servicing, tyre rotation, and things like that. All of those aspects come through in terms of a priority and give what you're seeing here in terms of the traffic light. So the premise around Bonnet is you log in and you see what's due and you action it, and you don't have to think or work with a spreadsheet again. What's red is 15 days or 500 kilometres on a ruck before it goes overdue. What's orange is 15 to 30 days till due, or 500 to 1,000 left on a ruck. Everything that's green down the bottom is not needing attention as yet. So all of these vehicles here will live change basically in their ordering once things are actioned. If you see this top right section here, you've got an option to view as a table. Now this is the same data, just displayed differently. So if you're coming from using a spreadsheet and you're more familiar with that, then you'll be wanting to sit on this view. Or if you're more, left-brained in a way, you would prefer this view. Just totally a preference thing. It's actually all the same information. Whatever screen you leave it on when you log out will be the same one that you see when you come through. Here is how you would add a vehicle. So you see here you've got add a driver, add a new vehicle, add a free machine. We've just added that. I'll talk you through that in a second. You simply go add a new machine, put in the number plate. I always use this one, so I'm hoping I've already added this one. I would have added that one, I'll just change it. Okay, perfect, let's go. So what's happening now is it's doing a live fetch from the NZTA to get the WOF, the registration, and the road user charges. Everything that you see white here is basically using NZTA known data. So you've got number plate, make, model, colour, year of manufacture, the WOF, the Rego, odometer reading, etc., etc. What's blank is optional entry fields for you to put in to help manage your fleet. So vehicle nickname we often see as the driver's name, or if it's a trailer or an asset that has an identification number, you put that there. Location, so not always a field that everyone needs unless you've got multiple sites where the assets are kept, or multiple offices. So you could go Tauranga, and then down the bottom here, you've also got servicing due date and servicing due at kilometres. So we can see here this vehicle's done 66,000. So let's say it's due for a service at 75,000. Now, if you don't drive the car and the date comes around, it will flag for a service. If you go and drive 12,000 Ks tomorrow, then you're going to need a service based on kilometres. So it kind of covers both aspects of usage. Then we've got vehicle warranty, which is very important for everyone to know when the vehicle warranty is going to expire. You may want to move that vehicle on, or you may want to renew the aftermarket warranty if it was a new vehicle. Tyre rotation, you can choose the frequency and the last time it was rotated, and then the calculations will work off that. You've got insurance, not necessary for most businesses. So it just depends on the way that you structure the company, whether you want to enter that in there. Insurance policy, select a service centre. So this is quite cool. So you can basically select a service centre. We've got a third of them on here in New Zealand. So let's just go and say Inghams. You drive your Mercedes for your work car. You must be a boss. And so that's going to do one of two things. I'm just going to submit this one. It's going to mean that when that vehicle is actually due for a service, you can simply click the book now and it will take you through to the booking page for Inghams. It just saves you that little bit of time here and there, and also just makes the booking a bit faster. The other thing that it does is that Inghams actually has a portal where they can see that you've just assigned that vehicle to them, and they can drag and drop the worksheet report of that vehicle into Bonnet. So anything that Ings was to add can be added here, and it will have their logo next to it, essentially. And then you can see any images that kind of come through, or any worksheet reports collated in the service logs area. The service centre can also, on their side, change the servicing due kilometres and date as well, so they can kind of handle that. Now, from our experience, most service centres love this because they don't have to pay for it. It's not a charging model for them. It's basically to support their fleets and their consumers. It's a very simple tool for them. So if they value your business, they should be on here. There is another aspect in terms of adding service notes as well. You can add them yourself. So, for example, if you go and change the oil, or if you do anything at all that's relative to the car, you can go and add a service record in here. So you could say notes from the service, full oil check and change, and then notes for next service. So that's things you may notice but don't actually now, like low tyre tread on back left tyre. And then you can go and upload a photo of that tyre, or the worksheet report, or the invoice, anything that's relative. When you submit this, it's going to basically show in the service logs section. You can also filter these, and the next part is if you want to have your drivers connected to Bonnet, what you would do is you would invite them through the section, and then they would be able to manage the vehicles on their phone, which I'm just showing you. So essentially, fleets work in one of two ways with us. So this is the Bonnet app. It looks horrendous on that camera. That's okay. So fleets work in one of two ways for us. So they either come in and want to be fully automated. And if that's the case, I usually have a GPS tracker on my desk. Where'd it go? Oh, this is the trailer one technically, but they're kind of similar. This is the trailer tracker, but the OBD one's like half the size. They get these and they plug them into the engine. It's a plug and play model that we've developed that no one else has in New Zealand, which is pretty cool. You just plug them into the engine on, and we can display your vehicles within Bonnet. But the important aspect is the actual odometer comes out of the engine and it powers the road user charging. If you don't want to pay for GPS tracking and you want to keep your investment into maintenance light, you invite your drivers to use the app. We send out reminders once a month for them to enter the odometer reading, and they do so via this page, simply there. It's the first thing they see. So it's a very simple model for you to get that odometer reading, to run your road user charges, and to run your servicing reminders. If you want us to, we can also auto purchase your rucks based on either one of the two of those methods as well, which is pretty cool. To add your drivers, you just go, oops, that's add a new vehicle. You go add a driver, Greg, some capitals, you add the driver, and you select the vehicle that he drives and the shared vehicles. Or if you want him to have all access to vehicles, you do that too. And so what you're doing right now is you're actually inviting Greg to the platform, and he can now see all of those vehicles on his mobile phone. Any updates that he makes will reflect on your God portal. So in a typical kind of fleet with us, say you're with construction, you'll invite 50 of your drivers to use the app, and every time that they get the notification for odometer, they will then put that in, and your traffic light will update depending on that. And if you've got auto rucks with us, we'll purchase when we need to as well. The other benefit of having the drivers have the app is that they can actually enter in service logs, and anything wrong with the vehicle will come into the service logs page. And soon we're also releasing inspection checklists, which is really awesome. The next part is the tracking side of things. So let me take you to the tracking. So essentially, this is what it would look like. So this account has a lot of vehicles everywhere. So the engine status on shows as green, and the engine status as off shows in orange. So let's just have a little look-see at someone that's been driving around. So when you click on one of these vehicles, you see quite a lot of information. One of the most important is when it was last recorded. So he's been parked for 33 minutes. This is actually my partner. He's playing golf. And this is the odometer reading coming out of his Ford Ranger. So this powers his road user charges, and this also powers his servicing reminders too, which is quite cool. So it's going 0 kilometres. If I was to click on somebody that was driving, let's just go down to Christchurch, then you can see actually like the speed that they're driving at the moment, which is, they must be parked to the lights or something like that. If I want to go and click onto the driver tracks, then you just simply, let's see one that's actually driving this morning. You go to drive tracks and it will load where that person drove today, which is not very far. You can then click in and see any harsh braking, acceleration, and also the address that they're currently at. And yeah, this is pretty much it. We've got a lot more features coming through for the GPS tracking side. I think in the next few days we're releasing quite a few new cool features here, which is exciting. And then there's also the search bar down the right side. We've really tried to make this as simple as it can be. We've looked around at a lot of different telematics companies and they're just overcomplicated. Because we are a compliance first platform, this is our biggest focus. And also obviously the driver safety of your employees. So with all these kind of aspects combined, we're trying to provide an all-round solution to manage your vehicle fleet, from compliance to GPS tracking, as well as to inspection checklists, and automated right purchasing compliance as well. So hopefully you made it this far. If you've got any questions, feel free to reach out and we'll give you the answers and also take you through a live demo as well. Thank you for watching.